Welcome back. Tip number 2 for Keep Up Intimacy. Financial grid lines. I watch too frequently at the time of divorcing. The amount of finances that couples have to figure out now in this very sad and heartbreaking time. They've got to work together to understand their finances and divide them in a way that feels equal. I so often wish that couples had been able to do this on the front end while their relationship is still fresh and still growing and feels good, to keep up the intimacy with financial grid lines. Now, what do we mean by financial grid lines? Just start with the basics first, which is to make sure that you have a conscientious conversation about how do finances work. What are some of the basics? Who's bringing in income? Where does it go? How do we decide about spending? At whose discretion does spending happen? What do we consider basic finances and what do we consider extras? All of these values and all of these ideas about what money does in our lives and how we handle it need to be put on the table and out in the discussion. Once you've discussed and understood each other's perspectives, hopefully you share perspectives enough to design the grid lines. What money goes where? What money comes from where? What kind of spending do we do daily, weekly, yearly? All of these decisions on the front end will help you prevent the hidden expectations that one can have on the other. I hear couples talk about, I never thought he would consider that a necessary expense. I never thought he would be investing like that. I never thought that they wouldn't have a job. All of these expectations that are in our mind, not spoken, are called hidden expectations. You're aware of them, but the other isn't. So all of these grid lines, how you're going to structure and map out your use of money, your saving of money, and your value of things that are purchased through money, and the value being in some kind of order of priorities. If you can map all of that out, even if your first conversation is not every specific, but just some general grid lines and parameters, that'll buy you a lot of time and a lot of nourishment in keeping up your intimacy.